just pause that music real quick. Hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. 1 second while I try to get my dog out of my room. Dog has been left outside, not outside of my house, but just outside of the room. Should probably go bother my mom. Knowing her, she loves my mom for some reason. So we ran into a predicament with the chickens. We now have enough eggs to keep us stable. But now I realize that we didn't have enough sugarcane, so I have now built an entirely other side sugarcane farm. That's full purpose is to produce us enough sugarcane so that we may make as much, so that way we can use as much of those eggs as possible. Because no matter which way you like kind of swing it, you either need a lot of wheat or a lot of sugar in order to make like sweet desserts. But you can just use the honey bottles. Shut up. Honey bottles are more of like a food source to me than just something I can just use for an extended period of time. And especially because the honey bottles are more for character lore than anything else. And if I just used them for sugar willy-nilly, I would need to kidnap a lot more bees. And I do not want to kidnap a very large amount of bees. So that can't be fully sustainable. It can work for a bit, but it's not going to work forever. And I need a permanent solution. So I just decided to upgrade the sugarcane farm to make it an actual just sugarcane farm, besides just 3 little sugarcane in the corner. Also, apparently each one of those like strips of water qualify as a infinite water source. So I still don't need to worry about water. So currently we have no sugarcane, and we have an excessive amount of eggs. Several stacks of 16, as you can see here. We have no sugarcane. We have too many eggs. So you might be asking, well, that's just one row. No, no, no. There's more. It's become a problem. It's become quite the predicament. It has become quite the predicament. It has not turned night yet. Which, okay. And Brayden is currently on the server. He is doing lore things, so I will not interrupt him. He is allowed to interrupt me, though, so if he just randomly appears on the screen, please do not, I repeat, do not get mad at me for yelling. Because I told him he could just come by if he ever got really bored with whatever he was doing. Alright, now we can make net positives. Let's go. I could probably make an automatic farm, but this is just going to have to do for now, especially because I do not want to go out looking for redstone. Because that would require me actually getting a cave that's deep enough, and then me caring enough about the redstone for me to want to grab it, and you know, that's just too much work. And then also I think like an observer is like quartz and stuff, and I don't want to deal with Pompeii right now. Especially as you can see, Brayden's the only one on the server. Therefore, I would have no access to Pompeii anyways. Well, that's 12. Technically 10. I could probably make 10, but I don't want to waste all of it, so... Nope, I have shears on me. So currently, my, a thing that I'm doing right now with shearing and getting honeycomb instead of getting more bottles is because I think 3 stacks of bottles is a kind of excessive, especially for one bee human. So I'm going to just stick with, after I have 3 full bottles of honey, count them, 3 full bottles of honey, I then just kind of keep going with honeycomb until I can essentially until I can essentially what? Until I can get like a full row of these. That's my goal. And then another thing that you can do with the honeycomb is that you can wax things, or because beeswax and stuff. So you can wax them, or you can turn them into candles. And I really want to get candles because I can also get a candle business. Because again, my place isn't the only place for bees, but it is the only place in where you can get colorful things. So for example, I can get colorful leather armor and other colorful bits, such as my yellow leather armor that you see here. I can dye things because look at this wonderful patch of just colors. Right, it's awesome. So another thing is that I have way too many cherry trees. I think I'm literally about to get my chest full, or at least a row full of cherry trees. That's a lot of trees. So my main plan of attack. All right, the main plan is essentially try to get people to get a cherry tree, though not a lot of people would want one, simply because, you know, cherry trees are bright pink and they have these cherry petals that go all over the place, and then, you know, that loses my pink. But I don't like pink anyways, I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. Also, I have a lot of potatoes. Like an unhealthy amount of potatoes. I have several stacks of potatoes. I feel like Technoblade. I feel like I am living his memory right now. But I also have not used these Silk Touch things. It has kind of been a waste so far to use Silk Touch. But yeah, just look at that horizon of just various colors of, well, color, I guess. Flowers. I mean, what you can see: blue, gray, red, gray again, more red, purple, orange. I think that's like magenta over there. More orange over there. More grays. Look at that. And then a lot of pink. I essentially just have infinite pink. If I ever just want pink, I just gotta break a little bit of here, and then bam, I have pink. But oh, I just committed. Oh, why? I don't. Oh, perfect. That was just enough to get all the seeds. Did I break it without noticing or something? No, I did not. Okay, then why? Oh, so I'm gonna try to overstock on cows because I need more leather. Here. Yeah, so this is actually working a lot better now since there's like more. What's the word? There's more like to process, I guess, for the game. So now I'm getting sugarcane a lot faster now. You know something I wish you could do with like spiders? You could just shear them, and then you get like, um, and then you can get whatchamacallit, then you can get like silk easier, because that is a thing that people do in real life. They take a spider, and then as it's living they sort of just like attach it to a machine with the thread, and then as the spider like extrudes the thread, then the machine starts up, and then it just kind of keeps taking out from the spider until the person gets as much spider web as they need. Then they will release the spider. into a care facility and then call it a day. Which a lot of people say is kind of morbid or like not a great thing to do, but I think it's cool because then you get to one get spiderweb, which is awesome. And honestly, have you seen those people who like just grab an abandoned spiderweb? Like, how do you know that spiderweb has been abandoned? Do you wait like 3 months and then you're just like, well, I have not seen a spider, so therefore it must be completely gone. Ooh, got our first 64. Let's go. And then just call it a day. Like, is that what you do? I don't know why I keep coming out here. Oh, there's a beehive over here. Well, I finally get to use this fancy schmancy stone axe. Heck yeah. Ooh, it's full too. I got me a bee's nest. I don't even think I think there are bees here though because this is full. I can put you, well, I don't want to put you right next to another bee's nest. Oh, no. I can put you right here. There we go. That way you're not right next to it, but you're also... Or I could just plant another tree. I could also just plant another tree. I have more than enough, like, saplings to do so. I'm just gonna plant another tree, actually. Stay there for now. One tree. I'll put it, like, right here-ish. There we go. Then bone meal. I need bone meal. Why won't you work? Okay. Will you work? Oh, perfect. You are the exact kind of tree I need. All right. There we go. And then... Okay. And then all we need now is just a campfire. Materials, 1 coal. 3 sticks. That's 4. Then 3 logs. Then that's how you make a campfire. I have learned. Okay. There we go. And now I should be able to shear this. Yep. Without the bee getting angry. Actually, I have not seen a bee in here. So I think I'm going to wait for it to fill up somehow again. And then I'm going to get rid of the campfire. Or I'll just block off the campfire smoke. Because you can do that. And where you block off the smoke like this. Not like that. I missed it completely. It still travels through. Okay, hold on. Because I know you can do this. I don't know. I don't know if this worked. It did. It did work. So essentially what it does is that it's kind of snuffed out the flame. But once I add this back... But I'll essentially just be snuffing out the flame, which then in turn ruins the whole reason of why you would want to flame it. Can I get like half a stack already? Nope. But I got 15 so far, and I already have a stack already. Almost there. Oh, I forgot to put this away. Put these away. Put these away. But yeah, later I think what I'm gonna do is that I want to have like a little like what's it call it bee thing, where like a little bee sanctuary sort of thing, where bees can sort of just live. And most of it is just going to be a whole bunch of beehives. Another reason why I'm collecting a bunch of honeycomb. That way I don't have to waste so much time on finding those things. All I really need to do is just get a beehive, break it, run away until the bees aren't angry at me anymore. Because it is something that you can do. You can run, and then the bees will stop being angry after a while. Or at least that works on Bedrock. I don't know if it works on Java. And I'm already almost out of egg slots again. Why do these chickens keep making so many eggs? My pumpkin and sugarcane farms cannot compare. Actually, I think my cows are ready to be bred again. That's a very weird sentence to say. I'm going to go breed my cows again. Because what I want to do is that kind of like what I did with the sheep, and where I overstock them. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so essentially then those cows will grow up. I'll breed them again. Then they're overcrowded. But not enough to cause entity cramming. Then I will... Actually, I probably should breed the sheep. I just don't want to. I have too many sheep already, and I don't want to kill. And I don't want to kill them, because that's like such a pain to grab all the loot and stuff. Then I think I'll just do another culling. Soon. After those calves grow up, maybe I'll see how much are there. Not too many cows. Let's see, there was 5, or no, there was 4 in one. And then 32 in the other. So... 32 plus 5, that's... I don't want to do math. Not a whole lot. I don't know why I'm trying to be smart. My brain don't work like that. I can't just do math on the fly. You know, you gotta give me like a decent heads up. How's that sugarcane going over there? Woo! Going pretty good. Going really good. Making sure I got absolutely everything. Yep. So our harvest is 10. See, this is a lot better because before I used to only get like a maximum of like what, 3? Now I can get a maximum of a lot. We're already at 31. That's almost half. That's half a stack right there. a bit extra, but I'm gonna keep it at 30. So essentially, I would just really need to be idle for a while, and then I could probably get... Well, let's see how many would it cost to make... So that's 3, wait no, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I can get a max of 21 honeycomb, or if I need, or by honey standards, I can make about 2 blocks of honey. Two blocks of honey, and then still have like 2, 3 honey bottles left over for me to drink. I'd be able to get, well, it depends on how fast these grow, but I would be able to get like maybe a max of around 40. I think I used like what, 40 something things of dirt. So I could probably get a max of like 42, 43-ish things of that. I don't know how much I would be able to get out of this, but I'd definitely be able to get a lot. I'd be able to get several stacks of eggs, which I already have. And I can actually shear all these sheep again. Why not? Sheep, stop pushing me. Be sheared. I'm gonna have to go in here anyways because of the whole, you know, having to pick it up thing. But supposed to, like, alright, 39 things of wool. That's not bad, actually. I was expecting a little bit less. And I just have an excess of wool. Should I just make them all a rainbow? Rainbow. I could name them all Jeb if I could ever get a name tag. What sucks though is that it doesn't give me rainbow wool. Why does it do that? Alright, well I gotta cover that up, actually. Because that's just getting annoying at this rate. There we go. Then I'm gonna cover up this one too. Because I think it's like a max of like 3 blocks, 2 or 3 blocks above it in order for the smoke to stop going through. So these will still work. Because like these ones, they're like right on top of the smoke, as you can see. But you can see that the smoke still kind of puffs up through. That's how I know I didn't accidentally misplace it. Also, yes, I have them labeled by flower, but now that I realize that the blue orchid, what are you doing? Look, it goes in the very corner. I just realized this. It doesn't go in the center of the block. It goes in the very corner. That's weird. I could just organize them by tulip. Why do you do that too now? What about an oxy daisy? Will you stay in this? No. No, it won't. Why do they stay in the center and those ones don't? I just want to make sure that I don't accidentally anger my bees. These things just go everywhere. Oh yeah, that's gonna be almost a full stack right there. And I was right. I was gonna say, is this thing already filled with honey? Let's see. No honey, no honey, no honey. And again, I have not seen a single bee here. I'm just gonna go steal some. It literally has not turned dark this entire time that I've been on, and I've been on for a while. Or I could just steal their hive, since I know there's some good hardworking bees over here. Okay, yeah, so that other hive was abandoned for a while then. Let's go collect some more bees, shall we? Hello? Just here to collect your hive, nothing much. So it says bee's nest on it for both. Ooh, it's a good hive over there. Look at that purple. Yeah, because if it didn't say that, I thought I had already unlocked the achievement, but if it didn't, but if it's only just saying that now, then yeah, the other one's a complete dud, and I could probably just get rid of it. I just have a free bee's nest, I guess. Oh, what are you doing all the way up there? Where's your hive? Where is your hive, little guy? Are you looking for it? Here, do you want a hive? I can't. Oh no, it escaped! They're all escaping. I'll just wait for them to all go in there. Okay, yeah, that one was just looking for a hive. If I get rid of this. Okay, no, you just move further. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Create a child. Yes! Right. You can hear them in there! Oh, that's cute! That's a nice little detail touch. You can just hear them. Or it's just the dripping sound effect, but I think I like to think of it better because you know, like those videos where like you go right next to them, you can hear them like kind of buzzing in there. Go in there, child. Go in. I want to. I don't want to kidnap you per se, but I want to like take you home. All right, come on, let's go head back now. Father and child. I have to remember which hill I'm on again. Crap. Is that one mine? No, I think that's a bit too. Can they not go in there? Because he seems to be trying to go in there. Go in there. Well, yeah, 2 out of 3 is enough. He'll just be for. Or, no, I feel bad now because he's gonna just be kind of forever wandering. Where are you, Buzzer? Oh, I have you 3. Okay. Oh, I got 4 now. Well, I'm back to 3, I guess. I see my home. This is the best idea. Best part about bees is that I don't gotta worry about them getting stuck on the ground. I'm almost there. Gosh, bees are so much easier than cows or sheep. Because you can kind of like haul like 20 of these guys probably. Hmm. I have so many bees now. I could probably double up 2 per tree, maybe. Put this one here. And I can put this one just about here, maybe? Oh my god, I have so many bees nests. A bit too many. Or, no, that's a bit too high. I think my bees have gotten a bit out of control, guys. I have 3 more. What do I do with them? I feel bad putting these ones on the ground. Let's see. And then I just kind of have to hope that the bees don't... that this does not spawn another beehive. No, it spawned another beehive! What do I do with it now? I know. I'll move it. There we go. Alright, please don't spawn another beehive. Where do I put this one? Actually, this one's already out here. I think it's just too close. And I can't spawn anything closer to the house. Dang it. Maybe like behind here-ish? Would this work? Nope. Does it have to be on moss? Nope. It just needs to have a large flat surface, maybe. I could actually just put 2 beehives over here in the front, I guess. There we go. Then let me just go make how many campfires? Oh god, I'm gonna need so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. get these ones over here. Is that all of them, or did I miss one? I think I missed one. Yep, I missed two, actually, so I'm gonna need to make one more. So then, oh, actually, I think I'm gonna relocate this one. I don't even know if there's bees in here anymore. Yeah, I definitely need to make like a bee little area. Actually, you know what? This tree deserves to get chopped down. It's so ugly. You're ruining my aesthetic. Perfect. It was just so long. Like, it was so wonky, dude. It was funny. There we go. It's a bit shorter, but it'll still work. Oh, thank God there was a bee in there. Thank God. I have so much moss. What do I do with all this moss? I can't sell it. Alright, let's put away this honeycomb. I had to plant some trees. I cut one down. I am immediately back to exactly where I started. Oh, jeez. I got so much now. Whew. Yeah, this shit just really flies, huh? Maybe I should make some more bottles then, if this is the case. My bee army is growing, and I love them all. I still need a campfire for that one, actually. I'm gonna do that real quick, because I have just enough to make one more campfire. Alright, campfire finished. Perfect. Should I make more bottles, or should I leave it be? Because, like, I could make some more. I do have a little bit of glass left to make some. I just really don't know if I want that, if I really want honey to be, like, my main food source. Well, if I kind of do, but How much honey does one human need in a day? Or I guess depends on how long the freaking day is, because this still hasn't turned into nighttime. Been playing for what, an hour and a half now? Been online for a lot longer. And that pumpkin just appeared right in front of me. Okay. One more pumpkin to appear, and then I'll cut these down. How many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 things of wheat and potatoes. Potatoes. 1, 2. I can't tell because potatoes, they grow based off height. And it's kind of like a gamble on whether or not you got the correct amount of height or not. Ah! Hello. One moment.
Hello.
while I mute my music real quick. Hello.
Hello.
I have an egg problem.
Yeah, not as bad as Casey's, but you know.
Obviously not as bad as his, but I do have too many eggs and I don't know what to do with them. Help. I've had to put them in a separate location, but yeah, that's a lot of eggs. So I've just been putting some of the extras here, but I'm about to run out of space there too. What's up?
How's your lore character progress going?
Um, pretty. I have some little bee army, as you can see.
Oh, nice.
Literally just look around my house. I have like a lot of bees here, and then I have 3 beehives over there, and all of them I can take and produce honey from. So I was contemplating on whether or not I should make some more honey bottles, actually, because I don't know if I want to make my character vegan, or if I want to make my character only consume honey. Also, I have a really good wax business going on. I have about 2 stacks of just wax so far.
Oh, nice.
So I can use that for plenty of different things.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't an issue, but I'm keeping all these bees, and I'm going to be adopting much more. So far, I've just been kind of collecting wax specifically for now, because, again, I don't know if I want to make more honey bottles. Wax.
Yeah. How's your character coming along?
Character's going as character. I mean, my character's pretty basic, and there isn't really too much about them that's specific, I guess. If that makes sense.
Alright.
Going inside the house. More bee stuff.
Sounds good.
So, really, my main character bits are just, kind of like a chaotic good. And, doesn't know how to spell properly.
Oh, yeah. That's
So,
pretty good.
and trying to figure out a way to communicate with humans.
Yeah, I'm writing a book, so I have to figure out how to spell.
Yeah, but my character, C, is just illiterate because she was raised by bees, so therefore she just prefers to be she just prefers to be one with the bees.
Fair enough.
And that's also why she hates spiders so much, because spiders always try to claim their hive.
Yeah. I will be right back.
Okay. Well, there he goes. Into the abyss. I probably could make some more honey bottles. I have a lot more honey production now. Because what, for now, I could probably drink my entire supply and pretty much replenish it within maybe the day. Yeah, look, I'm already pretty much fully replenished. Screw it, I'm making some more bottles. Let's make us some bottles. Okay, so we get 2 left after making 13 bottles. Okay. I think I want another full stack, so I'm gonna go grab some more How much sand do I need? Just one, just literally one more speck of sand, and then I'm done. I'm through. I've kaput. I could claim this. Mine. I feel like also my character would be obsessed with sweet things because, you know, bees and sugar and all that. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. 16. That's not a multiple of 3, so it's perfect. Really, all I really need is just 3 more. And then, well, I'm just going to see how another full stack goes. And then if I have slight difficulties replenishing that, I'll just keep it at there. That's a great name right there. That reminds me of like that one meme where it's like, they call me Tago. Yeah, I don't know who's Margo or something. I suck at memes. Okay. Yeah, I think actually a whole other stack would cause a bit of... Yeah, but I can survive off honey. That is something I can do. I think I'm good now. Yes, I can finally make more. 21. I'm just gonna take 2 stacks and pray that's enough for 21. Pumpkin. Sugar. Egg. Egg. Alright. I have 11 egg remaining. Got 11 egg remaining. I'm gonna go replenish these right quick. I've practically already made an entire other stack. I'm halfway there at least. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Let's see here. And my sugarcane farm is coming along pretty well, so I could actually probably start using sugarcane as a sugar source soon. Or, not as a sugar source. I already use it as a sugar source for other things later on. It's like a perfect row of teeth with a kid, but they pucked out the one tooth in like the dead center. Every time. Oh wow, some of those are like canes of 3 now. Okay. Yeah, but essentially all of these are grown, so... Lore inbound? Ooh, lore. I love me lore. I'm just kidding. Honestly, just kidding. But... $42? Oh, jeez. I could make more. Well, I can't really make more, but I can if I wanted to soon. I would just need more pumpkins. What are you doing up there? How did you get up there? How did you even get up there, Sebastian? Lore. 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 So does the lore like come hit me in the face? Or how did the countdown go, server? Buzz. Buzz. Oh. What the? Hello? I can see like your outline. Hello? I can see your outline. Ah! Hello? Hello?
Greetings.
Greetings. Hi. Totally human?
Not really.
If you're
More,
not human, then what are you?
Oh, I am the Void King. Not exactly human, more of void.
So you're void. Got it. I'll add it to my
Yes.
dictionary. Once I make a
Oh,
dictionary. Do I even know what it... I'll find it soon.
are you unaware of what void is?
Not really. Kind of been stuck with the bee life I don't know how old I am, but I kind of just grew up with bees. I've only really been able to get out recently.
I see.
Would you like some honey?
You know, I think I would.
Okay. Here's some honey, big man.
Oh, that's a lot of honey.
I got a lot of honey. I basically survive off it, so it'd be kind of weird if I didn't have a lot of honey on me.
That's pretty good. It's mostly sugar, not a lot of water, which I like.
Not really a big fan of water either. But
Oh, nice.
made me a lot of
I
honey.
assume you'd, yeah. Honey? What?
Honey. Honey. I was about to learn how to make it, but then I kind of got kicked out because I was too big for the hive.
Oh.
I was
See.
so close. Anyways, the reason why you came here?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to introduce myself to local populations.
Ah,
Um,
I can spread the word to the hives.
I've been sort of kicked out of a lot of areas,
Kicked out? Why? Do people just not like you?
pretty much.
Did you do something to
Yeah, I kind of intervened in their affairs a little bit.
That doesn't sound like that big of a deal.
It kind of caused like a chain reaction.
Mm.
Huh.
Do you like the flowers?
Yeah, they have.
They taste good.
Do they have stems? It looks like they do.
Yeah, they have stems. It wouldn't be a flower without a stem, silly.
I suppose not. There are strange things in this world. Do you know about like a lilac like this one that's sort of a big deal?
A big deal.
Yeah.
There's plenty of lilacs here. You can probably see, bigger than 3 over there. Just over there.
Oh yeah.
Bigger than 3
Let's see it.
there. There's a
Let's
few
see it.
peonies. I think a few roses. Few, Other flowers. I like tulips the best. They're pretty.
Yeah. How, so this place isn't controlled by the holy floating lilac, is it?
The holy what?
Floating lilac.
Never heard of it. Sounds tasty though.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to come inside for a bit? I just need to make some more bottles.
Yes, of course.
Watch your head, big man. Ooh. Kind of funny how you can change your size, mister.
Yeah, it's the void.
The
It's sort
void.
of free-flowing shape.
Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know that existed. So what brings you to these parts then?
Oh, yeah, as I said, I was introducing myself to populations because sort of trying to see how people feel about the void generally. I'm trying to build some various like temples and embassies and stuff.
Temples?
Yeah,
What's a temple?
like um
Is
sort
it
of
like
like a
a house? Or a hive?
sort of, but a house that no one lives in, a house that's more just built in honor of something.
In honor? Like... Oh, like those weird flower gardens that other humans make, right? Like that?
Yeah, like decorative stuff.
Speaking of void, I found this a while back. This yours?
Oh, I suppose it is. You could keep it though.
Ooh, yay! I found it weird. No flowers to grow on it.
There is a kind of grass that can grow on it. It's hard to find here.
Yeah, a bit pretty for all that stuff. Closest thing we got to that is like maybe the bark.
Yeah.
So, if you
kinda-
were to construct a temple, what would it do here?
Uh, I guess I have a confession to make, and that is that I already have built a shrine kind of near your territory here.
What's a shroon?
A shrine. It's a temple but smaller, basically.
Temple, but smaller. So would that be like the natural blooms?
I suppose so.
Hmm.
Like a tulip compared to a taller lilac.
Oh, I see. So temples are like the lilacs, and then shrines are like the tulips. Did I got that right?
They're kind of the same purpose. It's just a matter of,
Perspective?
yeah, how large it is and how many people tend to gather around it.
People gather around temples?
Yeah, if they want to like share their feelings about it.
Their feelings.
People don't normally really do that for void shrines though, so
What do you feel around a temple?
feel around it? Well, sometimes radiation.
Radiation. Never heard of that emotion before.
Yeah, it's a positive one.
Positive.
Very positive.
Would it be like me liking a flower?
Radiation? Not really. It's
What about me liking a really big flower?
I suppose the holy floating lilac probably gives off its own kind of radiance. Some radiation, I gotta tell you this before you run into some uranium or something. Radiation
Uranium.
can be dangerous. Yeah, it's a dangerous rock in the earth. some radiation is dangerous, but this radiation is
There's danger in the Earth?
deep down, like very deep down.
Like, how deep? Ooh.
Let me go check.
Oh!
It's about like 3 miles down,
Miles.
or about 15 wheels down. I'm not sure what unit of measurement you use.
I use flowers.
Oh, it would be about 7 million flowers down.
That's a lot of flowers. Looks like I'm safe then.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't come to the
So
surface
if
unless you
there's
bring it up.
bad radiation and good radiation, how do you know the
Yeah.
difference?
Well, the good radiation kind of just bounces off things and does its own thing.
Does its own thing.
The bad radiation will like make you sick.
Well, if I'm sick, I can't take honey, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah, honey might do wonders for radiation. The bad kind. I have not tested that.
I got a whole bunch of honeycomb. Would that work?
Honeycomb. That could.
I can get you some. One sec. How much honeycomb you need?
Probably just one piece.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah, I think I'll take this back to a friend of mine
I got more.
who has an interest.
An interest? In honeycomb.
Well, an interest in radiation,
Hmm.
particularly.
Would that be like the weird biologist people who took me away from my family?
What?
I don't know. Some
Here are your
person
bottles
said.
back from the honey.
Ooh, thank you. I don't know. Some guy came over one time when I was just kind of buzzing around, and then they said that you're a human and that you're not actually a bee. And it made me sad. And then they said that they were a biologist and they were going to take me home. And then they kind of just dumped me here.
Oh. So they didn't really take you home, did they?
Nah, because apparently what happened, because apparently they found something about something and then realized I guess I didn't have a home, but they said that I was too, I forgot the word. Too something, and then something, and then I ended up here.
Ah.
Been living here ever since.
So they kind of left you here, huh?
Not mad about it.
Well, I mean,
I got
they
me
did
a
abduct
hive
you
my
and then leave you,
size.
so
Yeah, but
no real
every
loss.
bee has to leave eventually, and especially because I think the bees told me something about giving me too much royal jelly when I was younger. So essentially, I'm technically a queen bee. So me having constructed my own hive and having my own subject is kind of like my role. So it was kind of good that they abducted me. Apparently, I was being a leech. But oh, good.
So, wait, did you start out as a bee or a human?
That's the question.
Aha. You
I don't
there's
know when
a-
I was birth.
I mean, I met a dolphin once who's kind of annoying, so.
Yeah, I mean, did they start out as dolphin or human? You never know. Maybe they just evolved to be human.
I don't know about that one.
I
don't
think
have
I was
much
just an
influence under the
experiment on
water.
both ends now that I think about it. Because after the Bialo
Oh.
guy came back, well, no, he came back like a year or so ago and then took me back to some weird to something he called a lab. Then he kind of dropped me off here again after like 6 months after he told me about the something. So, could have been trying to figure out what I was. Could have not.
You know, I empathize oddly with being in a lab.
I don't remember much of it. Apparently, the guy said when he dropped me off here, he was just like, "You want to be a bee so badly? Be a bee." And so That's what I'm doing, just being a bee.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got me my own
being a bee.
farm there, so that way I can live off my human bits. I got me enough honey here to last me
yeah.
a while.
Pretty much forever.
Not forever, but at least until, well, I die. Either my subjects kill me or I die naturally. If I die naturally, that means I'm
subjects?
human. You
Why
don't
would
know
your subjects kill you?
when I'm not productive anymore. Don't other races do that?
Oh, is that the bee way?
Once the queen stops becoming available to add either more subjects or is just unhelpful in general, then there's no need for the queen, and therefore they need to create a new one. So as I either start getting sick and old,
Oh.
or I just don't bring any more subjects back to the big hive, then there's no need for me. So they would just need to add more royal jelly to another bee, and then the queen, and then the cycle continues and continues and continues and continues. That's the
Yeah.
bee way. When you're not helpful anymore, you're a
Interesting.
nuisance.
When you're not helpful anymore, you're a nuisance. That's, I'm gonna have to remember that. So, if let's say the void, I kind of have, like, influence over a lot of people. If I stopped being useful to the people in this world, do you think I should just kind of melt?
Well, that's the bee way, but I think the human way is that everyone's special. And then the special humans get to keep going.
Oh.
Or, the bee way is also just
Yeah.
make sure that you are useful, which means the bee queen is usually more aggressive or something. I don't remember. They didn't give me enough training before the Bialo guy came back.
Fascinating.
Bees are always very
So-
busy workers.
Yeah, the bees sort of look after the community before the individual. That's kind of how the void works. We have like a.
So
Well, we
is the
have
void like your
individuals.
hive?
I suppose it is, yeah. Though I kind of also have. Like, imagine if the bees took, like, the centipedes and made them also make honey. That's kind of how the void works.
So your bees took over other insects and made them make your honey. Along with you making it yourself?
Well, we kind of make our own honey, but we also teach them how to make their own honey, sort of,
That's
in
confusing.
like a proper way. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I think I should just kind of seal myself off from this world. It doesn't seem to need me much, does it?
Well, if the world doesn't need you, then you can make it need you. I don't know how you do that, but you seem
Yes.
Mr. Powerful.
I'll make it need me.
Honey here, and honey here. For example, the queen, when the hive doesn't seem to need her anymore, they'll go out or they'll try to produce more bees.
See, so if the queen, were to not be needed anymore, how would you find a new queen?
Well, the bee way is just to pick from one of the unborn, put a bunch of royal jelly on top of it, and then wait for a new queen to hatch. And then they kind of just pick out of the best subjects.
Oh, I see.
Which, technically speaking,
Pick
it
from
would be
the
one of
best
the
of
last
subjects.
eggs. It would be one of the last eggs that the queen laid, and then those out of the best subjects of the ones who have the royal jelly, the ones who come back alive get to be the new queen.
I see.
Kind of like a death race.
So if your hive had like an angry bee, a bee that's on fire, a swimming bee, a flower bee, and like a bee that can't go in the sun,
That's a
which
lot of
one
different
would you
bees.
choose to be queen?
Water, fire, sun, ting. Can you say it again?
Might just type them out so that we can see them.
Okay. A bee on fire sounds pretty interesting, though. Never thought I'd see one. Hmm. Ooh, honey. Angry, on fire, swimming, nature, living in shadow. That's a weird collection of bees.
It is a bunch, yes. Admittedly, it wasn't necessarily by choice that they all turned out that way.
Huh. Well, I think the angry bee would be a horrible queen. Too much anger in there. A bee on fire would cause damage to the hive and its surroundings if anything really happened. A swimming bee would only really be able to produce maybe like water honey, which would be pretty weird. A nature bee would just be a normal bee. And a shadow bee who couldn't go in the sun would be kind of useless. Because then you'd only be able to make honey at night, and then at night there are the monsters, and then if the monsters come and you can't kill the monsters in time, then you get killed. And then there's no point in the hive anymore because then the queen is dead, but then they couldn't replace the queen in time because they didn't realize that the queen was dead, so then now they have a dead queen, and now they have no one else to go up in line. That would cause havoc. That would cause a lot of pain and suffering.
Yeah.
That'd be bad for the hive. Really bad for the hive.
The shadow bee is perhaps a little narrow in its skill set, I suppose.
Yeah, because like
out of this list, I think that was kind of the one I was aiming for.
Aiming for?
Or like as a choice.
You could also just do the bee way, send them off into some weird adventure of scaring something, try to get back to something. Usually with female bees and the queen bees that they choose, usually it's like fertilized eggs, but I don't know. I don't know what you void beings come from.
We don't really
come from eggs.
Procreate much at all.
You can have them come back with something specific then.
Yeah.
Something that the original queen or you would need, I guess.
See, if I kind of like melt it down, my void would basically be up for grabs, so it could form into something new entirely.
It could. Your void stuff sounds weird. Oh, thank you. I was just moving the flower a bit.
Yeah, it would be like if your bees turned into flowers when they died.
Oh. That'd be so helpful!
Yeah.
Because then if they're flowers, then once the new bees come in, they'll have even more flowers to come out from. And then the more flowers they come out from, the more fun we have.
Yeah. It must be terrible living in this, like, system of diminishing energy, you know? I mean, the bees make honey with the flowers, but the soil is drained in the process just a little bit. So I suppose you actually can't.
I can't live off honey.
Continue for eternity.
Pretty much until all of our lifespans just kind of smack.
Huh.
Or until the Earth explodes, whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
But bees are very, very resilient. At least when we die, we'll take something with us.
That's a way of looking at it. You seem to have a very kind of open-mindedness about death, which I find fascinating.
Well, I mean, We don't exactly have a long lifespan. Punch a bee, it stings ya, it dies 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
That's why you always need more and more and more and more bees. Because if you have no more bees, you have no more honey. You have no more honey, there's no point of the hive. If the hive is gone, the queen dies. If the queen dies, the whole hive is screwed. So therefore, as long as you, the queen, make sure that there is enough bees to sustain your lifestyle, such as getting enough honey for everyone, then there's no need to worry about the hive going away. Always have an overstock than an understock, and that's why we kick all the males out and have all of the females.
Yeah.
Males are so much less productive than females.
I have a sort of system going where I test out some newer void creatures to see which ones are fit.
So kind of
haven't-
like how we choose our queens.
Sort of, yeah. Though this one would be really to choose I guess a head worker.
Mm,
I'm not sure if you have an equivalent.
let's see.
You seem to all be equal here.
Most of the females work together as caretakers or like workers, or even if even if they deem me unfit as their queen anymore, I'd be qualified then possibly queen. And they all take care of me pretty well. It's the whole reason for the honey.
Okay.
But luckily with a human body, luckily with a human body, I get to survive off of it pretty. I'd need a lot more, but I have the ability to digest other things. Therefore, the hive can be sustainable throughout the winter times as well, if that ever happens.
Oh, I see. Do you have enough honey for winter?
I have more than enough honey for winter, I think. I can't number.
Huh.
Numbers are hard.
Think the sun is not moving.
The sun has not moved in a while. Been here. Well, I've been awake for I don't know how long.
I think someone is
Messing with the
using
sun.
some kind of time stopping powers. Oh,
Oh! My bees!
I know what this means. They're okay. They're frozen in time. They'll start breathing again if it unfreezes. That's weird.
Beatrice! Oh, thank God, Beatrice!
There they go.
You guys worried me for a
This-
second there.
No. Even I can't mess with time in that way.
But why wasn't I stopped? Because from what I remember, when time stops, everything stops. So therefore, you would never really knew that time stopped.
That's what should happen.
Then
might
why
be
am I not
because-
stopped?
Might be because I'm close by. I resist it. Maybe whoever is around me would. I don't know why the bees wouldn't also stay though.
Mm.
This could mean only one thing.
And what's that one thing?
Altoria is back on the streets.
Who?
Altoria, or yeah, Altoria Malise. It's
It's a weird name.
yeah, it's I think they chose it themselves. They're human-ish. They're kind of like a representative to the humans. They're a void
Representative
creature.
to the humans. Oh, like I'm a representative to the bees.
Sort of, yeah. They spend a lot of time around humans and not a lot of time around void creatures. And so they kind of have some ideas in their head about
Christopher, you gotta start using more flowers, dude. The honey's starting to get
quality.
stale.
Oh.
Thank you.
Do they all have names?
The ones I like are the ones that I need to talk to the most. Beatrice.
Beatrice?
Beatrice.
Right. This one's stuck.
You're about to be Bee of the Year, dude. You're just about to be Bee of the Year. So many
Bee of
of
the
them
Year.
get stuck. Again, bees don't exactly have super long lifespans, so our year is a bit different from human ones, I guess.
How long is your year?
However long we live.
Oh.
Which sometimes can be a really long time, like for me. In human years, I'm a lot. In bee years, I'm just alive. Would you like to come back inside?
I'm fine out here.
Okay, let me just put away a few bits of honeycomb and my honey bottles. I don't need all of these on me right now.
Okay. I have another question about this hypothetical bee colony.
Ooh, I like hypothetical questions.
So if say something started attacking the beehive,
Attack it
what
next.
would you do?
We ain't gonna
You
go
fight
down
back?
without a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, we are not.
So I had to
okay.
make my own stinger.
Nice.
Can't do a whole lot with it, but
Okay, what if over on the hill over there it looked like there might be something that could endanger the hive?
like a bear coming?
Yeah.
We'd prepare. We'd prepare. We'd prepare, I guess, until the bear came, and then when the bear comes, we fight. Can't really do a whole lot of protection when you get little legs.
Okay. I know, yeah, you bees die when you fight things, so it doesn't really matter if it happens before or after.
Luckily, my human bits keep me alive a bit longer, but don't
Yeah.
really got a whole lot of battle tactics up here. And also, it takes, like, what, several things in order for us to even make even just a strip of honeycomb.
Yeah.
Takes us even less
If
to make the
you-
honey bit.
If you could attack the bear and lose less bees before the bear does any harm, would you do it?
Definitely. Less bees lost, no honey lost. We'd be able to survive throughout the winter and throughout the nights as well. Can't really fly in the night. Unlike me,
Yeah.
I can't fly at all.
What? Sorry, I just saw something up there. Are you sure this place isn't under the influence of the holy floating lilac?
I've never seen a floating lilac, or a holy floating one, or anybody who claims to be part of it. I just saw Carl there. That's weird. Oh well.
You mean Carl the bee and not Carlos Windsor?
Who the heck is Carlos Windsor?
Kind of a misguided human.
Misguided human. That's a thing?
Yeah. They tend to lose their way and fight each other a lot.
Why would humans fight each other, though? Seems kind of counterintuitive.
Humans have a thing, they focus on the individual, as you know.
Oh,
And so they'll prioritize their own individual over other individuals.
their
Do you see
own
this up here?
up
Come
where?
over here. Up there. It disappeared. I'll point it out again. There's a thing appearing right up there.
All I
It's
see is
like
sky,
a
mister.
floating
Sorry.
lilac. It was there a moment ago, I swear.
I never saw any floating lilac bits, but
Yeah.
if they did, I'd sure like to see if I can get some honey out of it. Or nectar. Or pollen. Or even just the flower itself.
That would be some
Then I can make so much more, and then
serious
I'll be able to make even more tasty honey, and then the tastier the honey,
Good
then the
stuff.
tastier the other stuff is.
Good.
Honeycomb, honeycomb, honeycomb. That'd be some really fun nectar, I think. Floating flowers, that'd be awesome!
Yeah,
Got me some more honeycomb now.
I would say it could help your bees to fly, but they fly already.
Probably help me fly, but
It could.
I wish I could
Check on
fly.
it. It's not there. It might not come back.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to deal with cherry blossoms then.
Yeah, cherry blossoms. They're very nice.
Very pink. And very tasty.
They have a
But it just kind of gets
darker color
bland
to
after,
their
right?
wood. Yeah.
Gets so bland all the time. I like that we have a
bark
good
reminds
variety
me of
though.
home.
Bark reminds you of
Yeah.
home.
Oh, just the color. There are a
Is
lot
your
of dark
home
purples
dark?
and blacks. Yes, it is. It is very dark.
Hmm.
We
So you're
Kinda
not
got-
used to seeing all the bright colors that I have here. Just gonna go get me some sugarcane.
I suppose not really. Green is especially rare.
In your land? Green's
Yes.
almost a nuisance here.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Mhm. So
It's
that
the easiest way to tell if you're in the void realm or this realm.
can you
What is
sometimes not
this
tell?
world called? Look up! Look up!
Where?
It was the holy floating lilac was right there.
Does it not like me? Did I do something to offend it? I'm sorry, Mr. Lilac!
I don't.
I'm there! Hello!
There it is.
Can I eat it? No! I'm sorry!
Oh.
Please! I
I
just want to get some nectar
can't
out of you!
Guess it doesn't feel great about being eaten.
I mean, I don't have to eat it. I can just pollinate it and make more of it. And then I can eat the children. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Children.
Or I
I
guess
think the holy floating lilac is unfortunately one of a kind.
one of a kind.
I don't think it's had any family since forever.
Forever. How old is it?
Old is it? Be about as old as I am.
Well, then
give
how
or
old
take
are
a
you?
few. I think 2,000 years-ish.
Wow, that's a lot of bee cycles.
Yes, it is.
How many would that be? If I were to live for 2,000 years, I think I'd be a decent enough queen. Definitely be more successful than our last queen.
Yeah.
She was like. She got out like really, really quickly, according to the others. She was a horrible queen. Barely did the hive. It was about as big as this.
If you have one queen that reigns long enough, sooner or later people forget why she's queen.
Well, that's if she doesn't remind them constantly. But also, bees just don't really question it, I guess. Never really thought about, you know,
If you called
why?
yourself the bee queen constantly, do you think that would be a good enough reminder to people of your
I mean,
status?
it's just kind of a status for bees. I release a different pheromone than other bees do. This
Yeah.
See, this one gives off a pheromone of worker.
Yeah.
I give a pheromone of queen. So, I get seen as queen. I get seen as the caretaker. I get seen as the main honcho. And they never forget their place, that they're always going to be below me.
Hmm.
So,
The void would be a much calmer place if everyone accepted their place. Or I suppose human society, like
human
void
society.
is pretty stable.
Human society is just weird, because then you got those humans who are royalty. You got those humans who aren't royalty. Got the humans who pretend they're royalty. Then you got the humans who just aren't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad to be a bee. So much less. It's just so much more common sense.
I don't think it's come up. What is your name? You have one?
I
What's
was
that?
called Xenia.
Zinnia.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was unique, so according to them, I deserved a name that wasn't based off, everyone else's. I was the experiment.
The experiment. Were
They
you experimented on by the biologists or by someone else?
No bee can tell. Really, what happened was that when I was apparently made in a hive, I was a regular bee, but then when they gave me the royal jelly, something went wrong. Then I appeared like this. Then the biologist came, said he was running a few test things on me to ensure I was good enough to go to someone else.
I see.
But apparently I wasn't, so dropped me off here. And then took me again because apparently his boss or something got mad at him. Don't know why, but it happened.
If you have all these bees, right? They're kind of happy to serve you, right?
We have
If they
a
ever-
symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
I ensure their family and
they
bloodline
breed
grow.
to this. They were born into this.
Mhm.
If they ever wanted you to give them more freedom, would you do it?
Never really thought about it. Bees just kind of sort of stick unless they're, dead or they are the queen. If they're the queen, you get as much freedom as, well, until you come back to the hive. Then you kind of live in the hive until you're no longer needed. Then after you're no longer needed, the new queen is born, and then all the other ones just still kind of fall in line with her instead. So there's never really much of leaving, but if they were to, I guess I would just kind of have them go at it and see if they survived. Takes
There's
about
this rule
a lot
among
of
my
bees
people
in order to
where
make
they
even
have to
one
do whatever I
hive.
say.
They have to do whatever you say. Sounds like a pretty fun
Yeah.
hive.
They aren't always happiest about it though. They're not like bees.
Not like bees.
Yeah.
So, void people are like bees in the fact that you guys stay together, but they're not like bees because they don't listen to you?
There are a lot of differences.
The lilac is back!
It is back.
Oh, I can't get to it though. Bill, please, get the lilac! Get some of its nectar. I bet it's gonna be delicious. Come on! And this is why you're the worst bee!
Worst bee.
Beatrice?
agree.
Beatrice, will you succeed?
Huh?
No, you won't.
How do you know which is which?
Pheromones mostly.
Oh, okay.
Think of it sort of like, I don't know how you void people work, but think of it sort of just like you kind of know where you're born into and you know where you're not. And then everyone else is just kind of smells different. Like everyone had their own scent, almost.
Yeah.
There's Carlos, Beatrice 3, Sarah. Love Sarah. I still need to figure out a little name for the babies, though. I dubbed thee Tulip. And I dubbed thee... you look like a Rosie. You're a Rosie now. Rosie, Tulip... Clara. So why are you having so much trouble in your hive, Mr. Void King, sir?
Well, unlike the bees, my people are scared instead of united.
Why are they scared?
There are threats to the void, like a bear coming for the hive steer. But
So then they shouldn't be scared. They should be preparing.
all the humans love the bear.
That's not right. Why would they like something that attacks so much?
It's hard to say.
Ooh.
And my people love the humans. So it's kind of like a...
So your people love the humans, but they're scared of the bear, but humans like the bear so much that they're willing to keep it?
Yeah, in a way. It's kind of like, imagine if you had a hive here,
Mm-hmm.
and the bear, like, charged in here, and
That
just
wouldn't
kind of
be
ate
good.
half the hive.
Half the hive!
Yeah, half the hive.
Oh my. That'd be so much work to do.
And then the bear just falls asleep.
But he's still near the hive.
Yeah, so when the bear wakes up...
Then the hive's doomed again, because then it's gonna be a whole other half.
Exactly.
God, we're gonna
But
need
the
to relook.
bear, this bear's an endangered species or something. The humans... Maybe the humans are the bears, in a way.
Humans sometimes come and take our stuff, so I mean, why wouldn't we
Yeah.
just take? Honestly, I've been just sort of thinking of maybe trying to see if we can how much we can carry, and then after we figure out how much we can carry, then we can figure out how much we can take, and then the more we take from the humans, the less they'll try to take from us because they know that we can fight back. But it's only a work in progress.
From my experience, that just makes them angrier.
Dang it!
It's hard.
Because, well, we can't take much anyways. The most we can probably take is maybe a flower collection, but couldn't take much. Honey, honey, honey.
Alright, I need to visit...
Another person? Thing?
Yes, I need to visit the dark forest way down, or way up south, or north, up there, that way.
Ooh. Is that a long walk?
So, not when you're me. I can fly.
You can fly. Wow, why
Yeah.
wouldn't they follow you? You can fly, you give demands, you're practically already a leader.
That's all it takes. Unfortunately, people expect a little more. They expect, you know,
I mean, it's not like, I don't know, maybe
benefits.
you could shoot like lightning out of your hands. I definitely like fear, respect, and like pure awe all in once. Whoa!
Yeah, I can do that.
then why wouldn't they follow
I don't
you?
like to be so showy about it always, but you know, it's...
Where'd it come from? There's no storm. And we're not in our hive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe I need to spread a little more fear.
Oh, definitely. If your subjects aren't submitting to you, then then either your pheromones are off or you're not instilling the fact that you're the leader and not them.
Yeah. I
It's
need
the
to
hive
correct the
way.
pheromones. Well, I'll be off.
Well,
It was
have
nice
fun.
talking with you, and this land is very nice.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Farewell. What's that shroom thing he was talking about earlier? Oh, wait. Was it that weird looking thing I found a while back? Oh, well. Well, Finn said something in the chat, and I don't understand what it says. He seemed nice. Void King. We never really have kings in our bee stuff. That's pure interesting. Ah, dang it, I got another yuck potato. Said you got a forest. It'd be pretty cool to see a dark forest. Like this, but darker. Well, I'm gonna finish up farming here, then maybe get some more chickens. Then get some more leather. Then I think I'll call it a night. Or day. Or noon. Evening. I don't know. The sun hasn't moved in like a really stupidly long time now. Man, how am I supposed to tell time now? No point in time if it ain't gonna move. Really want to try to get that flower though. Well, I guess that's all we have time for today. So, thank you so much for joining in, and thanks for stopping by for however long you've been here. Have a good rest of your night.